Hello everybody, Cooper here, and welcome back to another episode of the AFL 23 Management Career Mode here with the Adelaide Crows. We're getting into the 2026 Finals Series. We've got Fremantle in the first qualifying final. Very excited, very nervous, very keen to get into today's games. You can see that Rory Sloane has an injury. This is probably going to be his last season, so hopefully he hasn't played his last game for us. Who are we going to bring in? We're going to bring in, on the side note, we'll bring in Christie for Sexton. Seems a bit harsh dropping Sexton considering he's played every game for us. We are going to bring in for Rory Sloane Noah Long. He can play as the rover. That will do very nicely, and we'll play Christie in the forward pocket with Rochelle, Rankin, Bolton can be the half forwards. Everything else looks very good. Cadman is not going to be a backup ruckman. That will be Mr. Sam Darcy. Okay, first qualifying final. Can we win? We get beaten by 29 at home. Not an ideal start to the finals, but we do get the double chance, which is good. Who do we play? We play Carlton. If I'm not mistaken, I believe we played them in the finals last year. But let's have a look at the fixtures, see what has been happening in the finals so far. So Collingwood also lost their first final. They lost to North Melbourne, so they play GWS this week. GWS beat Sydney, and Carlton beat Geelong, who are now out. North Melbourne and Fremantle go to the prelim final. So we now have Carlton at home. This should be a winnable game. Okay, not ideal scenario here. Darcy Fogarty is injured. Now, I don't really have a key forward to come in and be a replacement for him. We're going to have a look here. Burgess is going to have to do the job. He's going to have to step up and do it. Cadman, I'm going to play at centre half forward. Burgess can play at full forward. Hopefully that will work okay. I don't really want to go out in straight sets here. That would not be ideal. We win by over 100 points. My good God. We absolutely batter Carlton in the semi-finals. Wow. That's all I have to say. Wow. We have North Melbourne in the prelim final now, the second prelim final, playing away from home since we lost our double chance. Sorry, not lost our chance, lost our home final because we lost in the first round of the finals. Not ideal. Is Fogarty back? No, he's not. We'll bring Mackenzie in. Jeremiah Mackenzie. He can be the sub. Hopefully we can win this game, and then we go and play who is in the other prelim final. It is Fremantle GWS. After Collingwood lost to GWS in the last round. So they go out in straight sets. So we either play Fremantle or GWS. A non-Victorian team will make the grand final. It is confirmed. Who it is, we don't know, but a non-Victorian team will make the grand final. Will it be us? Will we be one of them? We will not be. We lose in a prelim final as a promising season goes down the toilet. Not a great way to end the season. Christie kicked 3 in, great, but we couldn't get it done. As we lose in the prelim finals, we skip forward. Competition is complete. I don't want to look at the ladder. Fremantle go and win their first premiership. Okay, I feel good about that. We didn't lose to the team that won the premiership. So that is something. Fremantle beat GWS in the prelim, and then they go on and get their first premiership. So that I feel good about. Good for Fremantle. But now, free agency is not open just yet. We're going into the awards season. Rory Sloane and Stephen Coniglio are equal or joint Brownlow medal winners. Finn Callaghan is also in the top 20, so that is good to see. Coleman medal is Brian Myers with 31 goals, joint with Jai Waterman, who's got 31 as well. I can see Rochelle's up there. I can't see anybody else of ours, and we wouldn't have any Rising Star win the award because we didn't really draft anybody who would be eligible. In terms of all Australians, we had Cadman, Sarong, Sloane, Finn Callaghan, Mackenzie, Ballard. Lots of all Australians this year. But but it means absolutely zero because we were terrible in the finals. But yeah, I feel so deflated. What's our cap situation? Obviously, Laird is retired, so we're not... It says he's uncontracted. I don't know why it says he's there, but he's uncontracted. I'm not going to bring him back. Roy Sloane, he just won the Brownlow, but he's only getting worse, so I don't really want to bring him back. I'm looking to upgrade at basically every position to get us a premiership. One thing I will do now, and I've been considering doing it for the last couple of episodes, is I'm going into the settings and I'm turning everything to hardest. I'm making this as difficult as possible to win a premiership. I feel like we've done a really good job of building the team. I want to make it difficult to us to win the premiership. I want this series to go for a long time, and I want to make it a challenge. The match difficulty, I will change it to hardest as well, but I think that's just for when you play the games. I don't actually think that affects the simulation, but I'll turn it back to hardest anyway. How much money do we have to play with is what I want to know. We're actually under budget currently, which is actually not normally the case. So we've got to then figure out what do we want to do with the players that we have. Who do we keep? Who do we not? Where do we go from here? And I'm thinking one of the players that we get rid of, the players actually we want to get rid of are actually the ones that are probably these two. Rochelle and Thilthorpe. Thilthorpe has been very injury prone since we got him. And I reckon if we clear up 800k with these two combined, we can invest in another key forward. I don't know who it's going to be, but we're relying on the player we drafted in the rookie draft last season. So I don't know who it's going to be. We obviously had Cadman and Fogarty play the majority of the season. But if we can upgrade to a better key forward, that would be probably a way we can go. We'll have a look at the draft pool. The draft pool is looking much better. I can see Mr. Kane here, Richard Kane. He is South Australian. He wears the number 32. He might be someone we go after. So I'm looking forward to getting our heads on him. So he might be someone we go for. There's also this guy. We don't really need another defender. So Richard Kane might be someone we go after. Essendon's got the number 1 pick. We have picks 5, 6, 8, 13, 14, 16, just through trades that we've made over the course of the series. So we might have to do a trade with Essendon to get that number 1 pick so we can draft Richard Kane. So we're going to do this. We are going to do this and this, maybe even this as well. So we got the number 1 pick, a future first round pick, second round pick, and third round pick. And I'm prepared to throw in Thilthorpe and Rochelle. Rochelle's got good potential, so we'll probably hang on to him for now. But we could probably throw in Lloyd. He's getting a bit older, although Sexton was good. He was really good this year. But again, he's getting older. His overall has already dropped, so we'll throw him in the trade. And we'll throw in... I still don't understand how Jai Sarong made the All-Australian team. That's slightly broken in my opinion. We'll throw in McMullen. He's got good potential. Let's see what Essendon think of this trade. They think it's a bit far off. We'll take out the third round draft pick. See how they feel about that. They say that's extremely fair. We've cleared up some cap room. We should be able to re-sign a few players now. So if we have a look, we've cleared up a little bit of money. Yes, we've cleared up approximately just about $500,000. Looks like the salary cap has gone... Why is the salary cap 13,685,000 this season? Then it goes down next season. That is strange. I don't really fully understand it, but we've got to do some deals. McPherson, one of our young players, is good. He's sort of in and around the squad doing bits and pieces at the moment. Is one of our main sort of halfback defenders, also plays in the back pocket a bit. We've got a lot of these kind of players. Chase Jones and McPherson are both out of contract. If I was to pick one to keep, it would be Chase Jones. He's just a better player, and he's been around the club. He's 26 now, so we'd probably look to give him a 4-year deal. Let's just see if we can. Let's just see if we can give him a contract. This is probably going to be a bit higher. Yeah, because we've upped the hardest difficulty. They're going to ask for bigger contracts. He wants over $1 million a season. He's good. I don't know if he's $1 million a season good. He's 92 overall, which is very good. But if we have a look at our defenders, he's actually our highest rated one. We should probably keep him if that's the case. So what do we do with McPherson then? Because what's his potential? 89 to 93. So at worst, his worst potential, he is going to be as good as Haynes currently is, or as Caleb Daniel currently is. Haynes is still growing. He's got the 93 to 99 potential. Sorry, 95 to 99 potential. So we'll do the Jones contract first, and then we'll come back to the McPherson contract. But we're going to offer the 4 years. We are going to back end it. And what do you want? Like $1,080,000? We'll start it at $1 million, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, this is going to get tricky because we've upped the difficulty. Okay, let's start it at $1 million. We'll submit that. Let's see what he comes back with. He wants $1,088,000. Okay. So if we do $1,090,000, that should be good. That's a lot of money for a defensive player, but we're going to have to do it. Welcome aboard, good sir. He's back. So he's signed up through 2030. Ben Keys is contracted till 2028, so we may as well leave him there. McPherson, I don't know how much he wants. That makes me nervous. Rory Sloane, we need to find a better midfielder than Rory Sloane. He just won the Brownlow medal, but I need to have a little bit of a look-see. Let's have a look at restricted free agency. Look, that's not what I want. That's not what I want either. This is it here. Restricted free agency is usually where the good players are. Darcy Parish isn't really that much of an improvement. Caniglio is sort of not the right age profile. Okay, there's nobody really. Oh, we could go for McCluggage. He's going to be expensive though. He's going to be like $1 million a season expensive, which I don't know if we have the budget for. How old is he? He's 28. If he was a few years younger, I'd probably go for him. But I'm going to have a look around, guys. I'm going to shortlist some midfielders, and then we will come together and put a list together. Okay, I've shortlisted a few different midfielders, variety of different age groups, variety of different abilities. We've got the young up-and-coming midfielder in Will Ashcroft. We've got probably the best player on the game that I've seen. I went through and looked at a few different player ratings, and 96 is the highest one that I've seen in Sam Walsh. We've also got Caleb Sarong, Anderson, Tommy Sparrow, who I played against when in my Adelaide Hills competition, Hills Football League, when he was playing for Bridgewater. We've got Harry Sheasel, who's at Collingwood now. I'm not exactly sure when that happened. Ginby, who's a young player for West Coast. I've also got Bailey Smith, who's actually at Richmond, which is a bit odd. I'm not really sure what to do because I don't really know what we can afford. In a dream world, I would like to get Sam Walsh, but I just have no idea how expensive he's going to be. He's 26. We could just see and look what an offer is going to look like for him. Okay, so he's roughly asking for $1.26 million a season. And you know what? He's probably worth it, but I don't know if we can afford that. That is ridiculous. And plus, he'd be an absolute nightmare to trade for. So I think what the best thing we could do is, if we're not going to draft somebody, which if we have a look at the draft again, I don't think there's a midfielder that particularly interests me. We obviously got Richard Kane, who we're going to look to take with the #1 pick. But yes, there's no one that's really jumping off the screen at me that really, is going to be a really good player. We could get Hicks, but I don't know how I feel about that. I really want someone who's in the 90 to 99 bracket for their potential. So we can probably go and have a look at some players that we don't necessarily need. Let's think about this. Who don't we need? We probably... I mean, there's players we need that are on low contracts, like Charlie Ballard, who's a good backup, played a couple of times for us last season. If we're paying $90,000 a season, there's no point in trading him because he's worth more to us than he is on somebody else's team. But I'm thinking somebody who is on like a relatively low contract or like a relatively mid contract that we can trade. Someone like, even if we traded Ben Keys, like he's been really good for us season in, season out. I don't really know how he's going to progress further. His contract's up in a couple of years. How old is he? He's 29. It might be time to pull the trigger on Ben Keys. So we could potentially include him in a trade. Because if we take off his money, that gets us back to even. But then we'd have to take off somebody else's money to make the money work. So if we got rid of Rochelle as well, he's still got good potential, so I don't really know what to do there. Maybe we get rid of one of our key defenders. That might be the way to go. So we've got 7 of them. We don't really need 7. But yeah, we've got to remember there's only 2 key defender spots on the field. We probably don't need 4, first team quality key defenders. So we could probably afford to get rid of one of these. Mackenzie, I'm going to keep because he's on a really good team-friendly contract. So going to keep him. We'll keep Wiedering for now because we only just got him last season. And we'll probably keep Sam Darcy for the same reason. He's on a really team-friendly contract. So Sam Taylor, as good as he is, might be the one to go. Because we're going to be paying big money for him in the future. He's not going to get better. He's 27 years old. He's in his prime. He might be the one to go if we're going to try and land someone like Patrick Cripps. Sam Walsh is what I meant to say. But let's actually put a contract offer in for Walsh. How much is he? He's 26. So if we gave him a 6-year deal, okay, we've put an offer together for Sam Walsh. We've offered him $1.25 million a season over 6 years. The first year is going to be very expensive at 1.12. It is eventually going to grow to $1.37 million a season. But hopefully he will be worth it. I could have potentially looked at a deal with Brisbane for Will Ashcroft. I just don't know what his potential, if it's going to be as good as someone like Sam Walsh currently is. That's my only concern. Where is he? Mr. Walsh. Here he is. He's up here. So add him to the deal. We've got draft picks to play with, but Mr. Taylor is probably one that I'm looking to trade, as well as Rochelle, if I can find him. And do we throw Rory Sloane in this trade? Really say it's time, Rory? And do we throw McPherson in this deal as well? Because I don't know how difficult it is going to be trading him, because I don't think we can actually afford him anymore if we're going to get Sam Walsh on board. I think we just bite the bullet, we trade him, we get Sam Walsh, we throw everything at this deal, and hopefully it sticks. That's the plan. Okay, I'm also going to ask for a future first and second round pick. I don't know if we've offered too much or too little. I don't know what the market's going to be like with these settings. So let's just submit this deal. They were ecstatic, so we probably could have asked for a little bit more. But Sam Walsh is now going to be a member of the Adelaide Crows. We have traded the Brownlow medalist in the process. We've traded one of our best defenders, but we are getting a lot better in the process, hopefully. But where does that put us money-wise? I don't know. We're still about 400k over. So we probably need to either restructure someone's deal or trade someone. Who do we do it with, though, is the only question. I think Caleb Daniel might be the guy whose deal we restructure. He's 30 years old now. We're going to offer him 3 years. I don't know how much money he wants is the only thing. So that will be the thing that we go with. So I'm going to offer him a 2-year extension, and then we will submit this deal. We'll see how it plays out. He wants $835,000 a season. I can probably do that, but we do need to reduce this first year. So that is going to be something that we look at. We need to reduce it by about $500,000. So we're going to reduce his first year of the deal to about maybe just over $200,000, and then he wants $835 total. So we might, on that last year, I imagine we would trade him before the rest of this deal kicks in. So that is how I see this playing out. Or he retires is probably what would happen. I can see that happening too. But $835, that is a big chunk of money. Actually, I don't know if I can do this contract and feel good about it. It might be time to trade Caleb Daniel as well for probably another defender. We've still got plenty of good defenders that we can play. Maybe we shouldn't have traded McPherson. Maybe that was a mistake. Let's trade. Is there a good defender in the draft that I could probably look at? Hendon, who's got good potential. He's probably one that we can get. Justin Hendon. We'll pick him up in the draft. Let's get the number 2 pick. We'll trade Caleb Daniel. He's going to be cheaper. Who has the number 2 pick? I wasn't really paying attention to the draft list. I'm going all over the shop with these menus. Who's got the number 2 pick? It is St Kilda. So let's put a deal together with St Kilda. So we'll take number 2. We'll give you Caleb Daniel, but I also want your future first, second, and third draft pick next year. We'll give you pick 14 as well. I've got to figure out what to do with these other draft picks. That should be enough. They're insulted. We'll give you pick 13 as well. They say that's fair. Caleb Daniel is out of here. We've cleared up a lot of money this season because we've had to sign some big contracts. Then it's only going to get harder from here. We need to move on Phil Davis. We'll send him back to GWS. That seems like a good idea. We'll ask for like a 10th round pick. Actually, let's just do a massive dump on GWS. And we'll give them Dunstan. We'll give them Phil Davis. We'll give them those 2. And all we want in return is a future 10th round pick. Actually, no, let's try and get a little bit funky. Let's go 105th overall pick. We'll take it off your hands. They're ecstatic with the deal. Fantastic. So they're gone. Davies, I would like to keep. He was really good for us last season on a rookie deal. What's he asking for? He wants $86,000 a season. We can do that. That is no problem. Sign him to a 1-year deal. He has accepted that. Noah Long, same deal. He'll probably want 90. Can we give him 2 years? Is that a thing we can do? He wants to leave entirely, so okay. We might just let him go. I'm not even going to bother not trading him, is what I'm trying to say. Chris Burgess wants to leave as well, so we're not going to sign him up. Marlon Pickett we'll just let go. Rory Laird's retired. Mackenzie, yeah, we'll just let him go as well. Chris, is it Chris? Kieran Briggs, he's got very low morale. We'll let him go. And Rushworth, he played some games, but he's not very good, so we'll let him go as well. We didn't do a great deal of business to improve this year, but it's really been all about the draft. I'm going to try and... Is there really any more talent that we can get out of this draft class? There's really... Oh, we could get Davidson as another ruckman. So we've got the first 2 picks. We could really try and push for that 3rd overall pick if we really wanted to. Belongs to Gold Coast. We'll give you picks 8 and 16 for pick 3. They immediately accept. That seems like a dumb trade, but fine. How much money do we have to play with now? We're 300k under, so we could probably afford another player. I just don't know who it's going to be. What do we need? We're going to draft another ruckman, we're going to draft another defender, we're going to draft a key forward. Maybe just a regular forward? Although we have Christie, we have Bolton, we have Rankin all locked up to deals. Cockatoo is going to be around for a bit. Hobbs is on contract for another season. I need to spend the money somewhere. I just don't know who to spend it on. But do we pick up Will Ashcroft? Is that the way to go? Pick up another midfield. He's only 20, 87 to 98 potential. What does an 8-year deal look like for Ashcroft? 2034. Would you give him the full 9? We'll give you the full 9. We're going to back end the crap out of this. He only wants $630,000 a season. That seems like a steal. So we are going to do that. Okay, we've made a deal with Will Ashcroft. This is the deal. Let's just prove it again. There we go. He's accepted the deal and he's hoping a trade can be made. We've given him a big pay increase compared to his salary last season. He is going to be a very good player for us. Hopefully we can get him in the door. This will be the last trade we make before the draft, hoping we haven't missed anybody. We'll give up picks 5 and 6. That is fine, to be honest. And if we can get a future first from them, that might be the way to go. We'll take out this future second round pick. That's an extremely fair deal. Okay, so we've gotten rid of all the draft picks that we have collected over the past seasons. We've got the first 3 picks in the national draft. Brisbane, we've got a collection of draft picks that we've given them. We've also got all the players that we've got on the books. That is basically the trade period done. We've entered free agency. We didn't do anything in free agency. Trade period is closing. Trade period is done. We're going to delist the uncontracted players. Let's just quickly check how much money we have on the books. Oh, it still has all of those players still there. We have 13,533,000. Okay. So we should be good in terms of affording players. But the first overall pick, I'm glad that the recommended players are the ones that we're actually going to be drafting. We're going to take Richard Kane with the number 1 pick. He's the key forward we've been targeting. Let's take that screenshot just for my own little collection. He's only 179 centimeters and he's a key forward. I wonder, that's a bit strange. We're going to take Hendon with the 2nd overall pick, Justin Hendon. He looks to be very, very good. I'm going to take him 2nd overall. And with our 3rd overall pick, we're going to be taking Davidson, the ruckman. Leo Davidson from Victoria. He only looks quite short as well. So, but he's going to be basically our backup ruckman, Leo Davidson. Doing a good... He's 171 centimeters and he's a ruckman. How on earth does that work? Geez, Brisbane had loads of draft picks so far this draft. They're loaded. 52. We'll probably just take a mature age player, I can imagine. Who do we take? We'll take... I don't really want to take Tommy Campbell. He's 35. Can we take someone that's not quite as mature age, just 35? We'll pick up Smith. He's a, midfielder. Okay, let's go key defender now. Who's available as a key defender? Harrison Petty, he is good. We'll pick him up for a deal. Josh Carmichael is going to be the forward line player that we take. We've now got a player for each position, so we can basically now just take best player available. It's telling me to take Tom Liberatore, who's a 49 overall, Charlie Dixon, and Todd Goldstein, who are both 31 overalls. I am not doing that. We probably want someone like Matheson. He's here. Actually, we're going to take O'Connor. He's an 85 overall. That is very good. Mark O'Connor, welcome aboard, son. Got a few draft picks left. I don't really mind who we pick at this point. We might just pick a few memes. Ben Cunnington, no, 40 overall. Dion Prestia, why not? He's a big-bodied midfielder, the human meatball. Lockie Keefe, we'll bring him in. Key defender, he's probably only going to play a couple of seasons. Jack Darling, welcome aboard. This is slowly becoming a retirement home. We've got 3 picks left, 121st pick overall. I have no idea. Oh, Dusty's here. Dustin Martin, Mason Cox. Doing very well with these later draft picks. Let's take Zach Langdon, 77 overall. He's just going to do a job for us down in the forward line. 2 picks left. Let's take another ruckman. I don't think we've got that many ruckmen on the list. We'll take this youngster, O'Keefe. He looks to be decent. Hudson O'Keefe, we'll give him a contract. And with our last pick of the draft, I have no idea who we're going to take. We might take Taylor Duray, another defender. Does a decent job. And that is our draft done. We now have the rookie draft. which we are only projected to take 2 players, which is fine. I don't really want to take that many players in the rookie draft. There's really not that much talent left, I will be honest. Who do we have here? We've got Stain. We'll take him as a key defender. Looks to be the best player available. So none of these guys I have any intention of playing, but it's just nice to have them on the list. And we'll take Reece Matheson as well. We'll take him with our final pick. That is our draft done. Final list lodgement. Hopefully we're not over, and we're not. We are now here for assigning Guernsey numbers. You know how I feel about this. If you've watched every episode up until now, I will do this by myself because no joke, it takes me about 20 minutes to figure out what number I want to give to each player. So I'm not going to bore that with you guys. But thank you so much for tuning into today's video, guys. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. I've really appreciated all of the support on the series thus far. It has really been very, very nice. So until next time, guys, I hope you have a lovely day wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you guys then. Bye.